the young and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, you beautiful drama-obsessed besties. Today is a glorious, chaotic day to dive headfirst into the absolute madness of our favorite residence in Genoa City. Grab your iced coffees, buckle up, and prepare your souls, because we have so much to unpack today, and genuinely, my jaw is still firmly on the floor. Let's get right into the mess. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now, because I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of what just went down on our screens. I'm literally filming this while I'm running errands, walking aimlessly down the beverage aisle at the grocery store, because I just had to jump on here and vent. My soul has actually left my body. I cannot even begin to process the absolute world-ending tea that just spilled all over society. Like, I am personally offended, but also totally living for the absolute cinematic mayhem that Billy Abbott just unleashed upon the universe. Bestie, be for real right now. Did we actually just witness Billy practically hand-deliver a nuclear bomb to Victor Newman? I'm literally hyperventilating right now. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when this scene played out. Literally had to yeet my phone across the room because the second-hand embarrassment and the sheer thrill were fighting for dominance in my brain. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Let's set the scene with absolute cinematic mayhem, narrating the chaos like a high-octane psychological masterpiece where the stakes are astronomical. We are at society, okay? The lighting is giving that weird golden hour but make it corporate vibe, which, side note, why does everyone always have major life-altering confrontations near the appetizer? The aesthetic of that restaurant is always so intimidating, with the clinking glasses and the low hum of rich people plotting. Anyway, Victor Newman is sitting there, looking like the absolute godfather of Genoa City, sipping whatever expensive beverage he drinks when Billy Abbott strolls in. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Billy is already on a massive downward spiral because of all the Sally and Adam drama. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on. So Victor, being the petty, calculating king he is, decides to poke the bear. Victor congratulates Billy, but he immediately throws the most condescending shade imaginable, saying he heard Kane Ashby gave Billy some leftovers. The disrespect, the absolute unadulterated savagery of Victor Newman. Victor is straight up trying to humiliate Billy in public, acting like he's the supreme ruler of the universe, and casually flexing that Sally and Audra Charles just handed Newman Media back to him wrapped in a neat little bow. Victor is playing his classic psychological warfare games, trying to make Billy feel small, insignificant, and completely out of his depth. And honestly, it usually works. But today, Billy Abbott woke up and chose absolute violence. And this is where my grip on reality completely slipped. Billy, who is officially on my do not perceive list because he is so messy and constantly sabotaging his own life, just snaps. He looks Victor dead in the eye with this unhinged, bitter smirk on his face and says, "That's not the truth." I screamed. I genuinely screamed into a pillow in my living room. Billy tells Victor that his precious golden boy, Adam, lied straight to his face. He straight up exposes the massive, glaring fact that Victor didn't write the check for Newman Media, Adam did. And not only did Adam write the check, but Billy gleefully twists the knife by saying Adam massively overpaid for it. He basically calls Sally a newbie who completely scammed the great Victor Newman. I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about the absolute chaotic energy Billy was projecting. He is so bitter, so petty, and so unhinged that he just blew up Adam's entire secret deal just to wipe the smug look off Victor's face. It's giving major, if I'm going down, everyone is going down with me, energy. And I am entirely here for the drama. But you guys, Victor's reaction, or should I say, lack thereof, it was an absolute high-octane psychological masterpiece. Victor does not flinch. He doesn't gasp. He doesn't throw his drink. He doesn't even blink. He plays it so incredibly cool, pretending he doesn't believe a single word coming out of Billy's mouth. He just brushes it off like Billy is an annoying gnat buzzing around his expensive, tailored suit. Victor literally laughs it off and tells Billy that he is going to spectacularly fail at Chancellor and that Kane Ashby will always be a better businessman than him. The burn, the absolute soul-crushing savagery. Victor knows exactly where to hit Billy to make it hurt the most. He attacks Billy's insecurities about his career, his legacy, and his constant need to prove himself. But we all know Victor. We know the mustache. Beneath that calm, collected exterior, a literal volcano of rage is bubbling. He just refuses to give Billy the satisfaction of seeing him crack. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. Honestly, I need to take a deep breath because the stakes are astronomical right now. Can we just talk about the aesthetic of Victor's suppressed rage for a second? It's like you can see the micro expressions on his face tightening. It reminds me of this one time I saw a dude at a coffee shop completely lose his mind over a wrong order, but he tried to stay quiet and his neck vein was just popping out. That is Victor Newman right now. He dismisses Billy, leaves society, and heads straight back to the Newman Ranch. The entire car ride back, you just know Victor is plotting the absolute destruction of Adam. He is probably calculating exactly how much Adam overpaid and how much of a fool Adam made him look like in front of the Abbotts. The Abbott-Newman feud is basically the foundation of this entire town. And for Victor to find out he got played by his own son and that an Abbott knew about it first, send help. My soul has actually left my body again. I cannot even begin to fathom the level of betrayal Victor is feeling in that moment. So Victor gets back to the ranch and he immediately summons Adam. He doesn't ask him to come over for a nice family dinner. No, this is a royal summons to the principal's office of doom. Adam walks in, probably thinking he's going to get a pat on the back or something, completely unaware that his entire world is about to go up in spectacular flames. Victor doesn't even beat around the bush. He doesn't offer him a drink. He just drops the hammer with the weight of 1,000 suns. I heard you paid Audra and Sally a fortune to win back Newman Media, and you didn't tell me. The silence in that room must have been deafening. I would have literally evaporated into thin air if Victor Newman used that tone of voice on me. Adam is standing there, totally blindsided, and you can see the exact moment his heart drops into his stomach. He realizes he has been caught, and not just caught, but exposed in the worst possible way. And then he tries to spin it. You guys, he actually tries to spin it. Adam starts scrambling, trying to play the loyal son card, which is honestly so unhinged considering his track record. He tells Victor that he thought his dad would be happy. He says he fought to get the company back because he knew it was what Victor wanted, which, like Bestie, be for real right now. You didn't do it out of the goodness of your heart. You did it because you were trying to play 4D chess, secure your own power base, and you got completely caught. You were trying to outmaneuver Audra and Sally, and you ended up playing yourself. But Victor is not having any of it. He completely explodes. He yells, "I had to hear this from Billy Boy Abbott." The disgust in his voice, the sheer, unadulterated venom when he says Billy's name. The fact that Billy, the man Victor loathes more than almost anyone else on the planet, was the one to break the news is the ultimate humiliation for Victor. Adam realizes in that exact split second that Billy totally sold him out. The betrayal, the drama, the absolute messiness of it all. I am spiraling over their choices. Adam's brain is probably buffering, trying to figure out how Billy even knew the exact details of the transaction, and then he remembers his previous conversation with Sally. He realizes that Billy has been eavesdropping or snooping or just putting the pieces together out of pure, bitter jealousy. And just as Adam is about to respond, just as he is backed into a corner with absolutely nowhere to run, who walks through the door? Victoria Newman. The timing is so cinematic, so perfectly orchestrated, I could actually cry. Victoria just struts in, exuding that icy corporate Newman heiress energy, completely interrupting the interrogation. And Adam, being the absolute survivalist that he is, uses the distraction to bolt. He literally sees his opening and takes it, fleeing the room before Victor can completely annihilate it. It's honestly so unhinged. He just dips. He doesn't even try to finish his defense. He just speed walks out of the ranch like his life depends on it. And honestly, it probably does. And the second the door closes behind him, Victor turns to Victoria and says, our suspicions about Adam taking over Newman Media were right. They knew, or at least they suspected, Victoria and Victor have been plotting and analyzing Adam's moves this whole time. And Billy just handed them the smoking gun on a silver platter. I am genuinely unwell over the sheer level of calculation happening in that family. Now, let's flash forward to Adam, because this is where the tea goes from boiling to absolutely scalding. He is pacing. He is seething. He is practically foaming at the mouth with rage. He pulls out his phone and calls Sally. Sally doesn't answer, probably because she is dealing with her own mountain of stress. So Adam leaves a voicemail that is about to change the trajectory of everyone's lives. He says, Billy ran his mouth. He told my dad about the deal, and that was not part of our agreement. The venom in Adam's voice, you guys, he is genuinely straight up furious. He feels completely betrayed, not just by Billy, but by the entire situation. And he is holding Sally accountable because Billy is her fiancé. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on, Adam ends the voicemail with an absolute chilling declaration of war. He tells Sally to pass a message to Billy. If your fiancé wants to fight, here it is. I am screaming. The villain arc is about to go nuclear, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update. We need to dissect this tea with absolute cinematic mayhem. Because why did Billy do this? Let's really get into the psychology here. Because Billy Abbott is a fascinating case study in self-sabotage. Billy is deeply, deeply insecure right now. His relationship with Sally is already on incredibly thin ice because of all the secrets, the lingering trauma, and the fact that Adam is constantly hovering around their lives like a dark, handsome storm cloud. Billy walked in on Adam and Sally talking previously, and his paranoia just took the wheel. He couldn't handle the fact that Adam and Sally share this secret business connection, so he decided to blow it up. He thought that by telling Victor he was neutralizing Adam, he thought he was being the smartest guy in the room, playing the Newmans against each other. But basically, all he did was awaken a sleeping dragon. Billy is officially on my do not perceive list because his self-sabotage is genuinely exhausting to watch. But I am also totally living for the chaos it brings to my screen. He just painted a massive target on his own back, and Adam is not going to rest until he destroys him. And poor Sally. Let's talk about Sally for a second, because I am legitimately so stressed for her. My chest actually hurts. She is just trying to navigate this insane corporate landscape. She made a total boss move by getting a massive payout for Newman Media alongside Audra, and now she is caught in the middle of a literal war between her fiancé and her ex. She is going to check her phone, listen to that voicemail, and her stomach is going to drop into the earth's core. She tried to keep things professional. She tried to secure the bag, and Billy just ruined it because he couldn't keep his petty mouth shut. I'm calling it right now. Sally is going to absolutely lose her mind on Billy. She is going to have to choose between standing by a fiancé who clearly doesn't respect her business boundaries and actively sabotages her deals, or dealing with the wrath of Adam, who is now coming for blood. The stakes are astronomical, besties. Sally has worked so hard to build her life back up, and Billy's big mouth just threatened to tear it all down. And don't even get me started on the vibes at the Newman Ranch right now. Victor and Victoria are now fully, completely united against Adam. This is the classic Newman family cycle of betrayal and punishment. But it hits different this time because Adam really thought he was outsmarting everyone. He thought he was being the covert mastermind, buying the company back through back channels and looking like a hero who saved the family asset. Instead, he looks like a reckless, desperate child who got played by two women who out-negotiated him and then got outed by an abbot of all people. Victor's pride is severely wounded, and a wounded Victor Newman is the most dangerous creature on the planet. I am literally hyperventilating right now, just thinking about what Victor is going to do to retaliate. Will he strip Adam of all his power? Will he use this to manipulate Sally? Will he team up with Victoria to completely ice Adam out of the family legacy? The possibilities are endless, terrifying, and I am so here for it. I genuinely cannot take much more of this. My heart rate is through the roof. I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of this entire saga. Billy poking the bear at society, Victor playing the terrifying long game, Adam declaring all-out scorched earth war on his ex's fiancée, and Sally caught directly in the crossfire of this toxic masculinity showdown. It's a messy, unfiltered, emotional train wreck, and I am absolutely seated for every single second of it. I am so deep in the law that my grip on reality is slipping, making it absolutely clear that this situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. We are witnessing a world-shattering saga unfold before our very eyes. And I need all of you to sound off in the comments right now. Are you Team Adam, Team Billy, or are you just here for the absolute cinematic mayhem like I am? Let me know, because I need to scream about this with people who understand my emotional damage.